Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, as you've seen in the title, we're going to be doing some quilting projects. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen a couple of weeks ago that I started a quilting project and I was like taking you through it and filming, and then I just suddenly stopped. There is a reason for that. One of my cats, my dear Waffle, passed away suddenly and kind of just stopped everything. So yeah, like I did end up finishing the jacket. I will show you that later, but there's just no more footage, no more vlogging footage, because I did start the vlog then. So even though we will be doing these quilting projects, I now have a little bit of experience quilting, so you won't really see me learning this from the beginning, but we'll be doing other things. It's a little bit of a somber start to the vlog, but in case you are one of my Instagram followers and you're wondering, wait a minute, this is not the first thing that you've quilted, this is why. So we're going to go for a more ambitious project, and I will show you the coat that I made, which is actually a really good sew, so I would definitely recommend it. But that is why we are starting here, and yeah, my poor baby is gone. But I still have my other cat who's become very clingy, so you'll probably be seeing a lot more of Pancake around. But yeah, it's not been a great couple of weeks at all. But we carry on. We're going to be doing some quilting. Let me show you my ideas and what I'm thinking of making next. So the plan for today is to make myself a quilted dress. Now I say quilted dress, I might change my mind and try and make a quilted something else. I'll show you my Pinterest board. There is a lot of inspiration there on things that are not jackets that are quilted that look super warm and cozy. Even the shorts that I'm seeing, I'm like, wow, that person's butt is probably going to be very warm. So I fancy myself a dress that I can wear with maybe, you know, a long sleeve turtleneck underneath and just be like super cozy during this winter. I have a bunch of raincoat and jacket style materials that I'll make it out of, so that will be like weatherproof, which will be great. And yeah, that's essentially what we're looking for. I've already kind of created a pattern which we're going to try out today, see if it works. If not, back to the drawing board until we get the shape that I want. Now I don't really know what kind of shape. I went with a basic shape to begin with, which I will show you, but I might change my mind because I'm already starting to think of other things may possibly change our minds. But let me show you the Pinterest board first, then we'll get to the pattern. So this is the Pinterest board, and as you can see, everything on here is mostly quilted. We've got a lot of jackets, but then we start seeing things like this. This is like a pinafore dress. We've got this like gown thing. We've got this strapless dress. We've got a top and skirt, more dresses. We go further down. Oh, I like this one made out of like bomber jacket stuff. That's great. Some more skirts, some more dresses. We've got these cozy looking shorts. They look great. Got gilets. Look at these trousers. Look at these trousers. So yeah, I'm a little bit obsessed with all these like quilted items. Like I love this skirt. And now that I already have my quilted coat, which looks like this a little bit, I'm looking to quilt something else and look super warm. Like, please look at these shorts, how I love them. So yeah, I thought we'd start with a dress, and we start with a Pinafore style. Now I already pinned the style that I think I might go for. Yeah, it looks pretty basic, but I think that, but quilted like this, will actually be quite cool. And it's exactly kind of like the thing that I'd probably wear. We'd have like the pinafore thing that's quilted, I'd have my turtleneck or some sort of long sleeve thing, and then you got like the thick boots underneath, and then you're ready for winter without wearing 7,000 layers. So yeah, we'll try and make it look a little bit more high fashion, but like yeah, that's kind of what we're going for. I love this little mini jacket as well. Maybe we'll make a mini jacket. I don't know, but like a lot of ideas. And so far I've got this pattern, which I drafted myself. As you can see, I've already taped it up to look like the half of the thing, because I was going to put it on my mannequin. So let me get it on the mannequin. You can see what it looks like properly. So this is the dress that I cut out and I stuck it together, did all the seam lines and put it on the mannequin to see what it's looking like. It's just a really simple, just like kind of open necked with button snaps that are gonna be at the front. It's got a dart here and a dart there, and it's just like a really simple like shift dress. Nothing crazy about it, apart from the fact that when this is completely quilted, I actually think it'll be okay. This is literally first draft, just seeing what it looks like. I will probably make a lot of changes to this. Like, for one, I already know I'm going to make this shorter. We're probably going to go for like, maybe not a mini, but in between a mini and a midi, so between the knee and the thigh, just that little bit. I think I might, instead of making it a scoop neck, go for a V. So yeah, this is where we're starting. Now we're gonna go and cut it out, and we'll sew it together, see what it looks like, and then start making changes. Okay, excuse the sun, it's a little bit sunny. This is the toile made up, and actually I'm quite happy with the basics. Like, it seems that my initial pattern making is fitting pretty well. We're going to change the V-neck so that it kind of sits just above the bust line, so, you know, if I do wear something that's high neck, it doesn't feel like it's doing that. I also think I'm still deciding whether I want to put a waistband in the middle to separate the bodice and the skirt. I'm definitely going to make this shorter to a mid-thigh length, so it'll be like a mini, I guess. I think I'm also going to put pockets. I'm trying to decide between patch pockets and inseam pockets. I think inseam pockets, like trouser pockets, might work, and make them quite long to the end of the skirt so I can fit like my phone in. Yeah, I think that's it. I think those are the changes I'm going to make, but I'm very happy with the initial looks. I've cut it so that it's like quite an open V, not like a super straight one. I quite like that. It feels very casual. I've drawn in where I'm going to put the pockets. I'm going to cut this bit out of the front skirt panel. Then we're going to create a pocket bag for this bit here. So that's going to be an extra pattern piece. And if you can see, I've added a little V in here and then created a new seam line down the middle to give me just like a little bit of extra space from the hip outwards. This is what it looks like on the other side, which it still seems fine, but I know that if I wear anything thicker than this, or if I wear a jumper underneath, that's going to feel really, really snug and tight. So just a little bit of space to, you know, walk around. But yeah, that's what it's looking like. So because this is going to be quilted, there's going to be no button placket to add on or a facing. I'm just going to have it so that they overlap, because this is already going to have a top layer, the lining layer and the wadding layer already, and then we're just going to bind all of the edges with binding of the same fabric. So it should be a relatively simple thing to sew. The only thing that might just be tedious would be the cutting things out 3 times and then sandwiching everything together and then quilting it all before we actually put the dress together. We're going to make one more version, final version, and then we're going to cut it out. But before I do that, let's talk about fabric, because I have like a few options and I think I know which one's going to be, but let me show you anyway. So as you can see here, I've got quite a selection, all kind of in the same colours. Now, this one here you've already seen. This was the waterproof fabric that I got from Paris, and I also got it in the green, which is what I made my coat out of. Now, these 3 I got from Minerva. I bought them all at the same time, but this one only just came like yesterday because it was on pre-order, and I'd already picked this one up from Meissen Fabrics in London. This one is a little bit of a different material, so I think we're gonna say no to that one right now. But I do like the idea of it being rust colored, possibly even this, like, this is kind of like a teal green color. I thought about black, but I think black's, well, it's not boring, but like, I think if I'm gonna have this cute dress, maybe we should have it in a color. So I am very drawn to this here, so I think this might be the one. This is like just raincoating. Again, this is what I wanted to make the dress out of, so this will be the top layer, and then I'm going to get a nice soft lining to go underneath, and then the wadding in between. Version of the dress. As you can see, I've changed the neckline so it's V-shaped. I've also put in some pockets, and I've made it the length that I want. And this is kind of how I would wear it, with a long sleeve something and leggings. So with that underneath and this on top, this is kind of the fit that I want. Like, not super tight, semi-fitted, but like comfortable. Okay, so I've cut out my 3 layers, and what I've done now is draw on the grid lines in the size that I want them. And we're just going to draw the grid lines on this with chalk so that I'll be able to follow this through the machine and quilt the whole thing. This is taking forever. And then I've just got this skirt piece to go, and then we can actually start putting everything together. Okay, so we are all finished with the marking, and I'm about to get into the adding of all the different layers. But before I do that, I just wanted to show you this month's Molly Makes magazine with a project that I did. Look at that. That's me. Well, that's not me, but that's a project that I did. And yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, if you were looking to maybe go out, but it's kind of cold and you want to stay pretty cozy, there is a cool project in this magazine by yours truly. Look, there's my face. That's my big fat face. Yeah, so let's see if we can find the project here. It just came in the post today, and there it is. How fun. So if you guys are interested in upcycling one of your hoodies, because you know that you probably have like maybe too many because of this panini that we've been hanging out in, so yeah, you can do one of those and then maybe go out and have a cocktail or two. Okay, after much pinning, we are ready to get this quilted. So as you can see, like, we've got our nice gold lining. We've got everything pinned. So basically, from my last quilting project, I realized I couldn't actually get the shank off this because this needs a service. So it's only intermittently working at the moment. So we're going to use this one because the walking foot is already on there. So just to make things easier, we're going to use this machine with the walking foot. So I need to thread that up and get it ready to go. It's the next day, and last night I spent a lot of time quilting all of this, but it's done. They're all looking pretty good. So the next thing that I need to do is to get the pattern pieces, put them back on top of the quilted pattern pieces now and then cut out the actual size. So I'll show you what I'm doing. So as you can see here, this is one of the skirt fronts, nicely quilted, and this is the pattern piece. Now, if you look, so the pattern piece is actually smaller than the quilted bit, and that's because I wanted to be able to quilt it and then cut it out so that I can sew it together. When you're working with a lot of layers, it will shrink a little bit, and I didn't want that to happen. So you make it a little bit larger than the pattern piece, you quilt it. Now that I've quilted it, as you can see, I've actually already cut out the outline. Now I can just cut it to the actual size and then sew it as normal with the normal seam lines. Okay, so I've put together the top half and I'm kind of excited. I think it looks pretty good. I was just checking how it fits, and as I suspected, it is fitted but not overly fitted. So this will overlap just enough to have a nice little row of buttons in the middle, and like, it looks cute, no? Yeah? Okay, so I've made the top portion and the bottom portion, and I've just pinned it on to see what it looks like. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It is warm. I'm wearing it right now and I'm like, I am warm, which is perfect because that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted like a dress that I could just go outside with a long sleeve thermal thing and be perfect. So yeah, I'm very warm right now, but it is working. So yeah, I've got my pockets here, although I might need to do a bit of fixing to make sure that stays in place. And yeah, right now I've got a little two-piece, but we're going to join them together, and I think it's going to fit pretty well. And I think I might go a little shorter as well. Yeah, but it's cute. So it's actually Monday now, and I've got a little bit of a cold, just coming from nowhere. I've been sneezing a lot, so I'm going to finish it over this next couple of days. I've actually sewed it together, so it is now one dress, and all we need to do now is bind the inside seams so that you can't see the layers, and then bind the outside seams so that it's all done, and then put the buttons on, and then that's it. So I'll show you what it looks like now. So this is her in all her glory. As you can see, I have stitched her up, but you can see all of these open seams, which I need to close up now. We've got a pocket on that side, and we've got a pocket on that side, and then we're going to put the buttons on. So all of this outside bit is going to be bound with this material, and then all of the inside bit is going to be bound with this material bit. So this is the most tedious part of the project, and then after that we can put buttons on the front, and I'm going to go with some snap buttons, but I still need to decide whether I want to go with gold or black. So it's literally like 4 days later after I said I was going to bind stuff, something came up. So I know at the beginning of the video I told you that our cat Waffle passed away unexpectedly, and we knew that we didn't want Pancake here, which is my other cat, to be alone, but we also didn't want to get her another adult cat that she has to get used to. So we knew we were gonna go and get some kittens, and I've been looking at all like the rescue places to see if there were just any kittens that needed rehoming, and just out of the blue there was a whole litter of 5 that was like born under a shed down the road, and they needed rehoming. So we went to go visit them the other day, and literally that same day, after sorting out all the paperwork, brought home 2 little girls who are just so, oh my gosh, I can't deal. Every time I see them, they are so small. We've named them Cookie and Muffin. So we've got Pancake, and we had Waffle. Now we've got Cookie and Muffin. They're currently in that bedroom there. We're keeping the door open so Pancake can smell them and they can come in and out. It's been a couple of days, but like there's been no work has been getting done at all. They're sleeping at the moment, but I will definitely show you the new Kit Kats when they're running about, because they're hilarious and they're so small. I can't deal with how small they are. It's like Pancake's 10 years old, so like it's almost like I forgot how small like baby cats are. So yeah, there will be a few new additions to the videos because these two are very curious, but they were quite timid, so they're a bit scatty at the moment. They're still getting used to the house. But yeah, done no sewing, nothing. So today is like the first time I can actually do some sewing. I've been using the machine so they can get used to the sound, and I'm going to sew with the door open, so if they do pop out they can see what I'm doing. And yeah, we're actually now going to do the binding. So if you have a look here, I've pinned the binding to the dress and it's about to go through the machine, and then what we're going to do is flip this over and then secure on the other side and stitch in the ditch. So that's what we're going to do. I kind of managed to pin the insides as well, so we're just going to try and do this in one session. They're having a little bit of a nap time right now, and hopefully we can do this and make sure there's no pins on the floor or anything like that before they start tearing about everywhere, because upstairs they've been tearing about, and oh, I'm such a problem. They're so cute. I can't wait to show you. Okay, let's see if we can find them. Oh, hey girls, how you doing? You two are just so cute. So this is Cookie, and that's Muffin, and that's Pancake. And yeah, they've been together a little while, and they're only now just about getting along. So Pancake spent about 5 days hissing at them, and now she sniffs them, and then after about 2 seconds of them being in her space, she boops them on the head. There's a lot of staring happening, as you can see. So we do have to keep an eye on them. But for the most part, these two just want to be friends, and Pancake's just like, leave me alone. So, right. Hey, babies. Hi. Say hello. This dress has literally taken me almost 3 weeks to do, but it's fine. So as you can see, I have bound the edges of the dress, and the last thing that I have to do now is put on the buttons. So I use my buttonhole marker to mark the areas, and then I measured out 2 centimeters where I'm going to have the snap-on buttons. And as you can see underneath, there is a little bit of overlap, but not a ton, because I don't want it to be like super tight. So we're going to do the top ones, and then we're going to go back and measure again right underneath, put the same stickers down so I know exactly where they are, and then we'll put the other side on. I'm going to use my my snap button machine, which is so easy, so this should be done fairly quickly. Okay, she is done. Finally, this dress took me 5,000 years to make, and not because it was a long make. I reckon I could have done it over the course of like 3 days or so, but lots of things just kept coming up, like just lots of mad things. So here we are at the end. Let me style this and you can see what it looks like on.